Let's start with something almost every English learner has experienced. You're watching a movie in English. You understand the story. You understand the jokes. But the moment someone asks you a simple question like, "So, what do you think?" your mind goes blank.
This is one of the most frustrating problems for English learners, and the good news is it has nothing to do with intelligence. In fact, most people who struggle to speak confidently actually understand English very well. The real issue is that understanding and speaking are two completely different skills. Think about it like swimming. You can watch swimming videos, understand every technique, and even explain how swimming works. But if you jump into water without practice, your body freezes. Speaking English works the same way.
Exactly. Understanding English is a passive skill. Speaking English is an active skill. When you listen, your brain has time. When you speak, your brain must do 4 things at once. Think of an idea, find the right words, arrange them correctly, pronounce them clearly, all in real time. That's a lot of pressure.
Let's look at a real example. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you do last weekend?" In your head, you know the answer. You're thinking, "I went out with friends, we watched a movie, then we had dinner." But while speaking, your brain starts asking questions. Is it go or went? Should I say we watched or we were watching? What if my accent sounds bad? And suddenly you say something like, weekend? Movie? Friends? That gap between thought and speech is the real problem.
And that gap exists because most learners spend years consuming English, but very little time producing English. Let's be honest. Most people watch English videos, listen to podcasts, read articles, but they rarely speak out loud, think in English, make mistakes on purpose, so the brain becomes great at understanding but terrible at responding.
Another big reason is fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of sounding stupid, fear of being judged. Here's something important. Your brain treats speaking English like a high-risk activity. So when you try to speak, your brain activates stress mode, and stress blocks fluency. That's why you can speak better. When you're alone, when you're relaxed, when you're not being judged, confidence isn't about grammar. It's about feeling safe while speaking.
Let's talk about translation, that silent killer of confidence. Most learners translate in their head like this: native language English speaking. This process is slow, and while your brain is translating, the conversation moves on. Fluent speakers don't translate. They connect ideas directly to English words. For example, instead of thinking, "How do I say Malai chia mun perch" in English? They think, "I like tea." Direct, simple, automatic.
So how do you fix this? First, stop trying to sound perfect. Fluent speakers make mistakes all the time. The difference is they don't stop. Say this instead of staying silent. Let me try to explain. I don't know the exact word, but what I mean is, these phrases buy you time and keep the conversation alive.
Second, practice speaking in small, safe ways. You don't need long speeches. Start with 1-sentence answers, talking to yourself, describing what you're doing. For example, "I'm making tea." "I'm opening my laptop." "I'm thinking about today's work." This trains your brain to think and speak simultaneously.
Third, repeat before you create. Fluency grows from patterns. Listen to short English sentences and repeat them out loud. That makes sense. I'm not sure about that. Let me think for a second. These ready-made phrases reduce pressure and increase confidence.
Here's a mindset shift that changes everything. Don't ask, "Can I speak English perfectly?" Ask, "Can I communicate my idea?" If the answer is yes, you're already successful. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is clarity with comfort.
And remember this. You don't become confident and then speak. You speak and then become confident. Confidence is not the starting point. It's the result.
So, if you understand English but can't speak confidently, don't feel discouraged. It means your listening skills are strong. Now it's time to train your speaking muscles.
Small steps. Daily practice. Zero fear of mistakes. That's how confidence is built.